my god, TLID is just flexing. Game 1, it was the Ixia game 2. Rafael and now Lilia.
I just remember, I'm watching Professor KB recap for yesterday match, and Professor KB said Lilia might be the answer to counter Eve
Right.
on the mid lane, and they use it now.
Great wave clear, early game prio.
Can use Purify.
Can use Purify, very safe as well with the black shoes as her ult. What do you think about the Terizla though? Does it still work in the EXP lane?
Somehow, some way, yes, but it's not as sustainable. But let's talk about the Lolita a little bit though. Good counter for Natan.
What are you gonna say, Palios?
For me,
Terizla?
just want to say something, not about Terizla.
Okay, not about Terizla.
But
TLID,
welcome to M6.
Okay, we're gonna ignore that last statement and throw it over to our casters.
The Sea of Fire is stirring up. One dream will be shattered. One dream will be made in this series. Two teams. They have wanted it for so long, and this time around, this is the chance. This is the time for these two.
The young stallions take on the red robots. A 2-0 start, just like their first matchup in the upper brackets. This time Moreno on the heave. The skill very low key. Pushing out that damage already, going in under the turret. Trying to go for first blood. Desperate play, Key! Almost taken down, Witty. Now Fabian.
Whoa.
Key will flicker out. A guiding win from Witty. A flicker burnt out, no resources from TLID, burnt out.
Interesting, so very aggressive in the early game, but this Lolita big man realized we gotta talk about this, especially the interactions that this hero have with the certain heroes that TLID picked.
Yeah, you said it, right? It can bounce back the deadly catch, the Natan projectiles later on. When push comes to shove, the Guardian's Bulwark is going to be very, very, vocal, and it is going to be very pivotal. As Aronshiki purchases the Warrior's boots to just mitigate that physical damage given by M1. But I think this Lolita, again, right, you gotta bank on a big Luminant Blast, and then you gotta bank on the Bulwark to be used in an effective way. Talking about the emblems though, nothing too particular. Maybe the QC by the Moskov to get that extra sustainability against the Natan. The Natan back with the Weakness Finder. We talked about Natan mostly with the Warcry, but so far in MPL-ID playoffs, it's mostly been the Weakness Finder to get you that extra damage going.
And by the way, some of these picks from TLID. Lilia, I believe this is the debut of Lilia in the playoffs, but Aronshiki might be getting caught out here.
As the Purify will burn it.
Oh,
Take a look at that.
right
Bulwark.
away. On cue. And also this Terizla, man, against a Eve, against the CCs coming in from Superloop, against Moreno. This is setting up for a bad Terizla game for me.
Level 4 ready. Pressure for TLID. They go away with the penalty zone on the Super Ken, who's going to be able to shut some damage over to Iran, but he will use the Spear of Spear of Alpha, actually. Defensively, Turtle slain. Fabian gets the first neutral objective.
Well, at least in that instance, he was happy to actually trade life, but didn't end up that way. Witty will just kite away from there.
This Ruby though, it kind of entails the players of Bigetron Alpha to also be able to look for a pick off. Maybe that could work against Aronshiki, but they need extra lockdown because then Yehezkiel will always have that second life and boots, that will always be able to restore his health and all of that if chunked down, so they can cycle the fights, they can cycle the abilities to be able to fight longer and sustain even longer. But now talking about the mid game, or rather the start of this game, still early for both teams to really make a statement. So far, Yehezkiel not having the best time against the Eve, right? I mean, still, you can clear the waves, it's pretty good, but still, it's not going to be as a walk in the park for Yehezkiel.
Oh, bringing Fabian. Okay, just a little taxi there from Witty to bring Fabian on towards some of the members of BTR, but now it's been a quiet game. This is not the usual TLI that we used to see in the early game, which just chaos ran through everybody, and now this might be a setup.
Real world replacement with the Numenor Blast catching two to purify out and Mana Bulwark. Damage on Fabian, but he will be able to get some damage down. Super Ken now jumping in with the Spear of Alpha. Knocked out by the Fabian picks up first blood. The backup from Yehezkiel. Witty, no Purify. Guiding win forward, bringing Yehezkiel back. The Spear of Misery to disengage. A win from TLID despite those big resources hitting.
Even when the teamfight was looking really good from BTR, they got all the CCs away towards TLID, but the Purifiers realized Aronshiki, Witty, even Yehezkiel is rocking the green spell.
Yeah, they gotta use it, right? Because a lot of lockdown as well from Bigetron Alpha, Spear of Alpha, or even a pull coming from Super Luke and Key with the Numenon Blast, so they need that extra defense, that extra protection. I mean, Aaron Tricky with Entropy was right on cue. He was pretty quick with it. That gives him that extra gap that could really further him away from Bigetron Alpha, because technically they also want to kind of dive towards Team Liquid ID, right? By all means, they could do that, but Team Liquid ID, they have so much protection now with three of those green spells going on.
Level 8 for both the junglers. BTR trying to pull the turtle over towards their side. Let's take a look at the HP bars. Favoring TLID. Penalty zone to the back.
Oh!
Super Ken zone. That's a free
Here.
turtle over. Now Iran going to be able to dish out some damage over towards BTR. Super Luke unable to go for the I'm offended. And BTR will concede another neutral objective.
Oh, I might have spoken too soon about Iran earlier. I said that it's setting up for a bad Terizla game, but so far, the two objective battles that TLID took, it's always Iran zoning everyone out from the stables.
Exactly. The reason why it's not bad is because Iran is rotating so fast to the mid lane. Witty.
Key walking up as well. This is a 4-man gank up top. Onto 2. They will respect Super Luke. Super Ken in the midst of it all now. Jumping in, Spear of Alpha displaced. Now it's going to be the deadly catch with the entropy as well, but they're fighting in the real world relation with Super Luke able to disengage. Now it's Key walking back again, going for the stun. Super Ken. He's done some damage. Aaron.
Oh!
One last hit, unable to do so. Moreno still poking him down. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, it's a cut. Aaron, will he shoot in the first Super Luke? Getting the healing from the Brave Smite. That's the Guardian's Bulwark to save Super Luke. They're still staying up top. Around penalty zone. The dash forward. The observers will go towards the end. And now blast to disengage. It's a turret over to TLID. Ooh.
Chaos!
That was a long fight coming from BTR, and shout out for BTR
Entropy.
too. This is not a composition that really, fights a long time, and they were able to actually stay in that fight for a solid like 30 seconds.
My oh my, that was chaos, and nobody died, nobody fell in that altercation up top. No casualties whatsoever. But then again, yeah, they can pull the fight further. They have those layers of protection that they need, the black shoes again, towards Yahezkiel, and then you have Aaron Tricky who's constantly just hitting. Up top, they were able to get the kill. Those 2 kills.
Ooh.
Super Luke with a pull. He's just looking for something that he can maximize. But then again, back to the Terizla pick. I do agree, it has been nerfed and it hasn't been the poster boy of that XP in that top lane. But again, the fact that Iran uses it almost the same as he uses the Hilda, just to zone out the players of Bigetron Alpha. He's just giving prior to his teammates. He's just there trying to zone out the players of Bigetron Alpha, and that is it. The Terizla becomes much more effective.
Circling E, going to the burst down over towards the turtle. Super Ken, does he go for the Spear of Alpha? Numenon Blast onto 2. Super Luke now with Apple Punted. Fabian winning it out now with a deadly catcher. Super Ken will top out Super Ken. Real world manipulation, not dealing enough damage right now as Amon's going to be gunned down together with Key. Fabian missing the Crab Claw cannon. Moreno chased away. Super Luke now caught all alone.
Moreno!
They run. Shiki gets a solo on Moreno. Super Luke isolated, fed to the Bane. And now it's Amon in a 2v1. We'll get the Spear of Misery onto Aaron, getting him low, but it's not enough to turn the tide. CLID, full control.
Again, so much control, so much oppressiveness that Team Liquid ID wants to use. They have layers of fighting tools that they can use. And the Guardian's Bulwark, again, haven't been able to show its effectiveness. But then again, it's a one-dimensional ability that you can't really bank on if the big team fights happen, Fabian. Ooh.
There you go. Oh, only one. Only 2 sharks there for Fabian that got bounced back. So it's not that OP at least against this Lolita. So now Aaron Shiki, this is the place that he wants to be. 101 so far, and there is literally 0 pickoff over the course of 8 minutes. This is not looking good at all for Bigetron Alpha.
No. The Ruby has to be able to be responsible to keep the Natana in check, but it hasn't been happening with Key.
Penalty zone, responded over by the Flicker, the deadly catch as well. 2 sharks sent back. TLID don't care about those sharks, they'll just go into the bottom lane. Tier 2, Eman desperately trying to find an angle to get a win. We'll get a Tier 2 to trade it over for the Tier 2 in the bottom lane. But Aran is walking in.
He's gonna make it.
Have the penalty zone.
Oh no!
Oh!
Smack. Eman with the Spear of Misery. Aran going in. Everything will connect, but only onto Aran. Now the entire cavalry will charge. How do you get out of this one? With a Flicker, circling Eagle. Witty stunned. Eman. Now the guiding win from Witty to bring Aaron Shiki. Key. Guardian's Bulwark. They get Eman out, but they have to burn Flicker from the Moscow.
And that's going to be one of the segues that Bigetron Alpha can use. Is to play the side lane.
And I'm offended a bit too early. Aran still has a penalty zone, didn't use it earlier. Numenal Blast onto 2.
Oh.
Super Luke going in, the Black Shoes utilized now with the real in the back, finding the penalty zone onto 4, zoning them away, creating space for the beast, the monster, Aaron Sheki.
Prince around as well. I offer you my apology. I was not familiar with your game. That was insanity on towards for, and now Bigetron Alpha. Do they want to actually go for this one? Really?
Circling Eagle to the front. Aaron Shiki taking a whole lot of damage, forced to use the Purify. But now, the Holy Trinity of items for the Natan.
That's a 9-minute Holy Crystal. Approaching 10, but he has 3 items now. The Stallium Sight, the Feather of Heaven, and the Holy Crystal. This will just... It will just bolster the power of Natan. It's still early, it's coming to the mid game now, but you would expect it to be online into the late game. What's worse than a Natan pick let go is the Natan pick getting online in 10 minutes with the Holy Crystal as well. Now the problem with TLID at least is that no one can really match the power of the side lane pressure from the Moskov. Maybe the Moskov can work at it, but Team Liquid, they keep on bouncing towards Bigetron Alpha.
Yeah, now they're just gonna go to the top lane.
Get it down. Oh, Super Luke! No Purify on Aaron Shiki, amazing, I'm offended. Now the Spear of Misery, pinning Aran down. The chase, BTR. They don't want to go down without a fight. The Deadly Catch coming down, able to connect onto 2 members. Super Luke looking for an angle, but will not be able to find it. They have to be happy with just the 2 picks, because there's still a Lord charging down below.
Oh, good information gathering there from Bigetron Alpha, knowing that he doesn't have that Purify, because right now Aaron Shiki is an absolute monster. He is the prime target of Bigetron Alpha. And thankfully, Super Luke with the instincts as well. Fabian? Not yet.
He's just trying to push away the minions coming in. But take a look at this. The tier 1 turret up in the mid lane still intact as ever. And Yeskiel does have that clear, that poke. But Supercat has to defensively Spear of Alpha out. As Fabian is just going to run at them because he has the power and he's level 15 already.
Look at that bounce. Oh, Deadly Catch. We'll send 1 shard back. Purple buff, will it be taken? Super Ken will not be able to find a real revelation. Aaron Chicken in the midst of it all. Now the Eagle going in. Aaron's able to escape. Keys did he fall in? Super Ken next to on with the blinker backwards. Luke, don't run Wolf King trying to survive. Now the crackball cannon. Moreno surviving with 1. CLID surviving with 4. Now the siege continues. The cavalry charge.
There's still Holy Shield though. Now it's a break for BTR. They can defend this one. Not just yet for the cavalry. They still have to regroup and think of the next plan. 30 seconds to the next Lord. That might be the end of it all for Bigetron Alpha if they were able, or if they're not able to defend that one.
They grip this game. 5 fingers, both hands. Let's take a look at the replay right here. Look at that penalty zone. Aran is always so good with the execution, and it just bamboozles the players of Bigetron Alpha into their targeting. And look at the follow-up damage is just way too great from TLID. Bigetron Alpha, they can't really fight TLID. Forefront, 5 against 5. They have to look for some sort of momentum to swing it away. As TLID, they will grab this Lord, try to caress it, and make sure that Bigetron Alpha don't have their chance on it. But again, up top, Aman is going to work on the side lanes to at least exert some pressure, and Aaron Shiki will be pulled upon it. This gives a chance for Bigetron Alpha to at least do something, poke, or maybe pull a resource.
Well played by TLID. They're going to stay decisive on this. Penalty zone, lock and key down. Circling Eagle, locked him on him as well. Now Fabian over to Fabian. Spear of Alpha displays him. Fabian with a win of crown. Buys it in time. SOD into the midst of it all. Everyone need to be stunned up as well, but Supercat is able to escape. Real manipulation popped in. Yeheski with the black shoes, escaping from it. Spear of Misery, finding 2. Lord very low. Beat well, lose the skirmish. Well played to Team Liquid ID. Aaron!
Oh my god!
Entropy forward to find a kill on the man he calls Super.
Aaron Chicken with a killer instinct. He doesn't want to back out just yet. He wants more blood. And now Super Luke is out of the equation. This might be it. Not much cash coming in from Bigetron Alpha.
Insane layering from TLID. They know they have to play it front to back. They have to play it slowly but witty. But the Circling Eagle will look for something. Here they go.
2-man fully zone. Monster able to clear it out for now. TLID looking for the end angle, but it will not be right now. They'll have to wait. Numenal Blast charged up, slowing him down, but Yeskiel gets out of range. Purple buff and orange buff, both down for BTR. None of their members have it.
Well, let's talk about the base defense, right? The high ground from Bigetron Alpha. I feel like In a way, it is strong because number one, you have Yves to poke, to just push away the players of Team Liquid ID to corrode their HP. Number two, you have Aman to clear out the waves. So technically, it is going to be strong. But how do you deal with the burst damage coming from the Lilia, who can play further back, and then the Natan as well to be the machine gun to gun down the players of Bigetron Alpha? At least for now, they're able to get the far lane turrets coming in from Team Liquid ID, right? They get the top side worked on. They get the bottom one. Still looking for it. Super Ken. Oh!
The Eagle locking him on down, still has a flicker around. Now they kite back. Aran has the immortality to photo. Grants him enough HP. Deadly Catch turned around. Yehezkiel caught in the real world inflation. Fabian will take some damage. BTR defend again.
Oh man, a 7k gold lead for TLID. They're gonna take it slow, as sure as possible. They don't want to take any gambles whatsoever.
Damage,
But yeah, damage dealt by Kiria. Look at that, Moreno. But what does it mean, realize, when it's not in the right time?
It means that he's just there, popping the RWM defensively to try to push away the players of Team Liquid ID. And this is what I told you about the Eve, right? It's pretty strong when it comes to TLID wanting to engage forward, when they want to dive into the players of Bigetron Alpha. The Eve will always be a constant source of damage that can always be able to deal the damages towards Team Liquid ID. It can just take out the HP bars of Team Liquid ID. However, there isn't a consistent follow-up from Bigetron Alpha. You want to bank on the Moskov, you get like a penalty zone that could just jump into the players of Bigetron Alpha. So it's going to be very hard. They will have to bank on a super defense up top.
A tough task for Bigetron Alpha. This is the farthest they've gone so far in 2 seasons. This is their chance. It's now or never. Meanwhile, on TLID's side, of course, they don't want to lose this one. This is the golden moment. This franchise has never tasted a world championship, even MSC.
Not only the golden moment, right, but it's more of them as well, proving that that mental block isn't there. They got reverse swept yesterday. They almost got reverse swept against Bigetron Alpha in their first encounter. And this is the chance to prove to the world, to prove to Indonesia that they don't choke on the pivotal and the crucial moments. And this is where they can show their fact.
They're launching with Entropy already right now. The Purify able to escape, and the Entropy down to miss, but also the Eagle from Witty. Finding 3. Around very low with a crown bot by Super Ken. He should be able to go for it. As Fabian dishes out some damage, Super Ken will be able to disengage him on. Looking for an angle to go for the fight, but the crime clock cannon will poke them down.
And that's it. 16 minutes now. This might be the last Lord of the series. This might be the decider of who's gonna go to Malaysia with the King of Kings, Aaron Chiki, Witty, Fabian, Yehezkiel around. The fit that they've done so far is nothing short of miraculous. Will they be able to actually complete it? This miraculous run, a regular season now. This might be the icing on the cake for the young Stallions.
This time they charge with the Lord to lead them. The cavalry, super loop, very low, Orion again with a penalty zone. He popping in the Guardian's Bulwark, they're all very low, the race is wide open. But they can't intercept the young Stallions. They will charge through the shattered dreams of Bigetron Alpha to achieve their own. For the first time in Liquid ID's history, they will make it to an international. They will make it to the M6 World Championship.
Absolute cinema, miraculous. Who could see this coming? Who could have seen this coming? In week number 1, they lost all their matches. They made the change. They brought these young bloods, these unproven players from MTL, and they made sure to let the world know that they are here. They've arrived, charging to Malaysia.
From MDL to MPL,